Joy Tribe, hello. We're going to go live on the Instagram as well. I just screamed my bloody face off because my fiance scared me, which is crazy. And yeah. So I am going to go live on Instagram. Welcome. Hey, JCL. Yeah, my fiance just jump scared me. Going live for DNC coverage. Yeah. So we're going to go live. We're going to go live. As you guys enter the room, come on in. Let's do it. So let's do this. Hi, JCL. So good to see you, baby boo. Baby boo. There we go. All right. Let's put on some red lipstick. Some Republican red lipstick here. Uh-oh. My battery's already dying on my phone. So we're live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm actually going to use my phone and put it here so you guys can see me. And we can see everybody here. Let's put it like this. Yes. Hello, everybody. Hi, Joy Tribe. Yep. So I also want to say welcome to the live stream. We are going to discuss the Democratic National Convention. A lot of you guys have been asking. So I said, let's look at it. Let's see what's going on. And let's see what's interesting, what's popping. We're not going to just talk about that, but we are going to talk a little bit about some politics here. Hi. We can also answer your fitness questions. This is the Joy Villa Show. We're live. You guys know I launched Joy Villa Fitness. You have a chance to work one-on-one with me. Nutrition, counseling, coaching, fitness, all things fitness related. Let me clean my screen here. And yeah, we are doing this. We are doing it, Joy Tribe. There we go. Much better. So, hablas español muy poquito. Sí. Even though I'm a Latina, I don't speak a little Spanish. Sorry about it. So we're going to go and rock it. We're going to talk about it. So what I want to do is, first of all, what do you guys think about the DNC so far? Have you guys been watching it? I got invited to host an X forum where we're going to literally discuss the DNC. I did it for the RNC. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's Republican National Convention and then the Democratic National Convention. And so all the speakers, I'm sure you've seen it on the news. Kamala Harris, I believe, speaks tonight. So we'll do a little bit of the live stream, some of the old live stream. Hi, Cher. Hi, Sherry. The DNC is a joke, right? Yeah. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to see what we think. And then, of course, we can answer your questions as well. We can talk a little politics, promotion, but we want to keep it lighthearted. We don't want it to be nasty. You know, we don't want a bunch of mudslinging. You know, we're so happy. Oh, sound is off and skipping. Are you guys having a hard time hearing me? Let me know. I didn't watch it, though I heard it's a dumpster fire. Yeah, definitely. I actually haven't seen anything from it either, but we'll watch a little bit. Oh, hi, Tammy. Tammy on Facebook says, hello, Joy. I love your shirt. My favorite color. Yay. Tammy, you're the one going through the chemo treatments, right? I want to get a hold of you to see if I could help you. We talked to you. Okay, Maria on YouTube says I can hear you perfectly. We can hear you good. Awesome. We can hear you. Okay, you logged out. Good, Danny girl. Excellent. The Obamas were disciples talking about being poor, and she's wearing a $3,000 suit. It's crazy. We're despicable, you mean? It says disciple. I know you meant to say despicable. That's exactly right. And then, so this is what's been trending is Obama made a joke about President Trump's penis size. Guys, it's so crude and wrong. He was like, Trump. And everybody thinks that's so funny. I think essence.com posted it. I'm like, black people don't have to be Democrats, okay? And it's just slide after slide. Like, oh, yeah, we used to be like, when they go low, we go high, but now we're going to be gangster, and it's so cool. Are these ads bought and paid for? Like, what black people are actually loving the Obamas after they just snatched millions of dollars? Black Lives Matter snatched millions of dollars, didn't help any black people. Like, what black families have the Obamas helped? How's Chicago doing? How's the inner city of Chicago doing? By the way, there's a Chicago for Christ march going on that the news did not match or report on. Yeah, there's literally Chicago for Christ. And they're wearing like colorful shirts and it says Chicago for Christ. It's so beautiful. So shout out to those guys. And there's just hundreds of people marching in the streets for Christ Jesus. Amazing. You guys know I'm a Christian woman. And so I love that. Oh, thank you, Ninton. Thank you for saying I'm a light. Good. Leslie says she can hear me. Love it. Love it. Yes, I'm done now. I don't like the results, the other after effects. Yes, Tammy. So let's see if we can get your body built up with some strength, some vitality, nutrition. If you like to talk to me, then send me a DM on Facebook or Instagram, and I will get back with you. We'll put you on a consultation with me. Literally, it will be with me just like this, but it'll be personalized. And I'll see if I can help you, if I can point you to the right direction, if you qualify for some of my programs. Maybe I can just give you some nutritional help, whatever it takes. I am here for my Joy Tribe. So yeah. And what is this? I hear Kamala is raising the capital gains tax to 44%. Do you know anything about that? I don't, Danny girl. I don't. Welcome to everybody joining. Yeah, it's crazy. How often do you allow yourself a cheat meal and what is your favorite? So we got some questions coming in. Awesome. Welcome back. Hi. And let me know where you're watching from. So I'll shout out the comments as well. You know how we do, Joy Tribe. Good evening, Joy. Miss your MAGA stuff. Please bring it back. Yeehaw to you from your buddy Ronnie from Kentucky. Ron, hi. Hi, James. JCL's always there. Yeah, I was going to have Lady Lola as a guest. Exactly. So Lola is actually going to be my next week's guest. So little Lady Lola, little Miss Lola. Her name is Lola. She's a dancer and she lives in Chicago and she's a patriot. Her parents are all conservatives. They're awesome and they're part of We the Studios. That's next week. I got my wires crossed. I thought I was going to have her tonight, but it's even better that it'll be next week. So I said, let's have Lola next week. So next Wednesday, we'll have a very special guest all the way from Chicago. She is 11 years young, 11 years young, living her dreams. Beautiful, beautiful girl, dancing and living a great life. So that'll be next week. Yeah, we changed it. Yeah, that's what you said. By the way, how come you're not having that on that girl Lola? Yep, exactly. So call me on it. Just to let you know that I sing like Elvis and I do imitations like Hulk Hogan and Cheech Yoda and more. Oh my gosh. Jeff Spicoli, Surfer Dudes. I love that, Ron. I love it. So let me know where you're calling in from, you're watching from. And Kuna, Idaho. Awesome. Welcome on Instagram. Hi, Marita. Watching from Jupiter, Florida. Hi, Barry. Love from Texas, Southern California. Yeah, I'm in Texas. So let's answer this question. I'm going to pin this comment from TKC Triumphant. How often do you allow yourself a cheat meal and what is your fave? This is on Instagram. So my favorite, first of all, the first question, I allow myself a cheat meal even during my fitness one time a week at most. Usually I skip it and it depends on how much I'm craving, depends on if my period is coming. Like right now, I'm PMSing, premenstrual syndrome. So I get a little moody. I need more calories during this time. Ladies need more calories during this time. So don't undereat, ladies. That's a big problem. I always tell my clients that too. Your problem is either overeating or undereating. And when you fix that and focus on more protein and whole rich foods, and then you add fitness, like a fitness routine, at least 3 to 5 days a week. On top of that, weight gonna be falling off. In fact, with my programs, you can work out only 2 days a week. That's an hour. 2 days a week, as in 30 minutes each time. If you're really pushing it for those 30 minutes, you only need 30 minutes. The right exercises for your body type, for your metabolism, and for your goals. So it's really important that you don't just follow somebody else's program thinking it's going to get you their results. Their genetics play 30% of it. The rest of 70%, most of that is diet, then it's lifestyle, it's sleep patterns. Like if you have any sort of, PCOS or hormonal things going on, menopause, I have clients who have menopause, there's a special diet for that, all natural. health and diet. God created these things, healthy lifestyle coaching and mental coaching as well. So mindset, lifestyle, all of this is included in the Joy Villa Fitness package. And if you want to be included in a consultation, you get to meet with me. And if you're serious about changing your life in only 12 weeks or more, it's up to you, but at least 12 weeks, you'll definitely see results sooner. I can promise you that, and I'll work with you until you do. Lose weight, like lose 15 pounds, 20 pounds, lose fat, gain muscle. Maybe you want to gain weight. All of those things can be done. And I've been doing this for a long time. So comment on my Instagram page or on my YouTube page, fit, if that's you, and I will get a hold of you and we'll schedule the consultation. To answer the question, yeah, once a week I allow myself a cheat meal. I was going to say fit meal, a cheat meal. And one of my favorites, I love pizza. I love burgers would be my favorites. I've gotten off of a lot of sweets, especially since I've been doing keto ice cream, and it's Halo Top ice cream. It's protein rich. It's vegetarian. It's not vegan, but it's vegetarian and it has protein in it. And it's ice cream and it has like 3 grams of sugar and only 300 grams of 300 calories for the whole tub of ice cream. And it tastes so delicious. So I'll put that with some berries. And that's like, I feel like it's a cheat, but technically it's kind of not because it helps me get more protein. And then, yeah, I love nachos. Oh my gosh. I love a cake, but I've been less on the sugar stuff because I did a sugar cleanse and I developed this cleanse diet that I can help you guys with. But as a nutritionist as well, like sugar is it's toxic, right? It breaks down your muscle tissue, breaks down your collagen. It builds a gut. So, alcohol is included in that and carbs are included in that and sugars. Your body processes it as the same thing. It can disrupt sleep patterns, hormones, all kinds of nasty stuff. So I limit my sugar. Even when I'm cheating, I'm not eating a bunch of crap. Like I used to cheat on Oreos and stuff like that. I'd be like, they're vegan. You guys might know I'm no longer vegan. I haven't fully announced that and released it, but I've sort of let you guys know that. That full story will be coming soon. Yeah. But yeah, I try to eat it like hamburgers and French fries, hamburger, French fry. And then if I was really going ham, like a slice of cheesecake would probably be my ultimate cheat. But I wouldn't want to eat that every week, right? But I could, if I really wanted to, I could. So I tend to keep it stricter. But again, when I'm eating my foods, I'm eating delicious, flavorful foods. I'm not drastically dieting. I'm just not eating a bunch of breads, starches, sugars, and alcohols unless it's one, maybe twice a week. So sweet potatoes. So I'm still getting my carbohydrates, vitamins, and nutrients, right? I'm eating, hamburgers without the bun, but, I'm still eating savory foods. Fats, unlimited. Olive oil, I drizzle it on. Butter, totally fine. Fish, delicious. Coconut shrimp, fried up in butter with coconut flakes on top and spicy. So it's very savory, delicious, delectable foods, which I actually have a whole nutrition diet. Do you guys want my cookbook? Who wants my cookbook? I should release a cookbook because I've got recipes. So, but healthy, high protein, whole foods so that I don't feel depleted. And then when I'm eating my cheat meals, it's just like, and I'm not doing McDonald's hamburgers, I'm not doing Little Caesars pizzas. I'm doing like mellow mushroom. In fact, I had my cheat. I had sushi yesterday and mellow mushroom today. So technically I've cheated twice this week, but I'll keep it clean for the other meals. And then, I'm not if I'm really cheating, it's a cheat meal, not a cheat day. And I did a post about that too, where I'm like, you don't be afraid to eat the food you want to eat, So there we go. I hope that answers your question. And I can talk about food all day because I love food and I don't believe in starvation. I don't believe in limiting yourself. I don't believe in doing a ton of cardio. San Antonio, Texas. Hi, Ricky. Hi, everybody. Let me read some more comments before we get, oh, you bought the first badge. Thank you, Danny girl. Oh my gosh. Danny girl bought a badge. Yes. Thank you, girlfriend. I'm about to go swim 2,000 yards for my workout. Thanks for the inspiring content. Gracie Lou, I'm so glad You guys, I want to inspire you guys to be fit and happy and free from big pharma, free from all these control mechanisms. A healthy patriot is a strong patriot. A healthy Christian is a strong Christian. Health is wealth. Get off the freaking chemicals. Get off the freaking medications as much as you can. Take charge of your health. I want to be here to help you do that. And by the way, I'm giving out a free gym guide. I put the final touches on my beginner's gym guide with exercises, tips, tricks, 40 beautiful full color pictures, pages, gratitude journal in there too to help you with your mindset, all kinds of good stuff. It is free only to my Joy Tribe because I'm also selling this as an ebook online. I'm about to put it on Amazon, but I want to give it to you guys free. If you want that, DM me or email me, joy@joyvilla.com, joy@joyvilla.com. So either email me, joy@joyvilla.com, or DM me. Don't leave it a comment on Instagram because it erases the comments after I upload this. But DM me and I will send that guide to you for free. Just link, boom. All right, so let's see what else. Yes, make America great again. That's right, Jesse. Anything salty? Yes, salty is so yummy. Oh, it's so fun to talk about food. I want it. Good. DM me. How are you? Make sure you DM me. Thank you so much. I've watched you for years, not in the weird way. Glad I can support you. Oh, you're awesome. You are awesome. I appreciate the support. You guys are great. A cookbook would be awesome, says Leslie. I'm going to get on it. Because health and fitness, the Holy Spirit showed me this is the way to help a lot of people. And it's helped me. The DNC crying for Biden like he's a war hero or like he was resurrected from the dead. Oh my gosh. Right, Brandon? Bush. Hi, Matt Mittens. Pop quiz. Who was the last Republican presidential nominee to win Alachua County, home to Gainesville, in a presidential election? I have no idea, JCO. That's really good. Tammy, I lost 8 pounds since the last time I saw you live. Thank you for the menu. You're so welcome. Yeah, see, I give a lot of advice. I just like, if you listen, it will work. 8 pounds. Girl, this is awesome. This is so awesome, Tammy. She lost 8 pounds. And you know, when you take the advice and you apply it, it's really simple. Cutting out cutting out sugars, replacing it with fats. Your body's now living on fats. That's what keto diets do, right? I'm kind of like keto 2.0. It's not completely no carbs because carbs are okay in small amounts. We're not going on starvation diets. We're not going on fad diets. Healthy, well-rounded. Protein is king. Fats are queen. And then prince and princess are carbs. Your royal diet. I call you my curvy, confident queens and my strong, shredded kings. That's my program too, my curvy confidence program for my queens and my ripped kings, my ripped shredded kings for my dudes. Yes, kings and queens, we're royalty. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. All right, watching from Illinois. Hi, Marlena. Hi, everybody. Mamala, Kamala, a good one, right? The DNC projected the halo effect onto the child sniffing vegetable. They aborted him when he was almost full term. Oh my God, that's dark, Matt Mittens. That's dark. Tammy, right on. Just stop eating by 6 p.m. You should be good. I lost 12 pounds in 10 days this way, just not snacking after 6. Yeah, and Tammy had some complications from some other things, but not eating after 6 is good for many people, but some people, they don't need to do that. So it's also specific, but that's amazing that you lost that weight. So let's check it in. I'm going to share the screen. Can I share the screen? You guys won't be able to see it on Instagram, but I'll be able to share the screen. Let me see, custom layout. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of screen sharing. Oh, present. Share screen. let's see, here we go. Watch live. Can you guys see this? Can you guys still see me? I know you guys on Instagram won't be able to see it. Yeah, let's see if it's, there we go. Okay, good. So here we go. All right, this is what I wanted. This is the view. So you can see a little bit. Oh, by the way, before we start this, hold on, guys. I want to talk about my friends at Elevate Premium Hydrogen Infused Water. This stuff is so good. You guys, there's literally been 15,000 1,500 studies done on hydrogen infused water and how good that is for you. So this company is all about clean. It's vegan, non-GMO, not animal tested. It's pure super water. So what does that mean? It is infused with hydrogen. Hydrogen helps the body process faster, absorb nutrients faster. It helps the body heal quicker. It's used in athletic competitions for athletes. This is athletic water. It helps you with focus. It helps you with endurance. It helps you with energy, metabolism, recovery, and sleep. How does that help you with energy and sleep? Well, hydrogen helps the body heal, helps the system heal, to put it in plain terms. So that helps you sleep better and deeper. And I tell you, my sleep has gotten so good since I started drinking Elevate. And I drink about one of these a day. You don't even need a lot. In fact, I've gone a couple days without drinking them all. But this whole week, my sleep has been deep and amazing and incredible. And I'm telling you, this stuff is so good. So it's 12-stage, ultra-purified structured water, Celtic sea salt, Celtic sea salt, and hydrogen gas. So we have Celtic sea salt, hydrogen gas, and 12-stage ultra-purified structured water. Elevate beverages, you can make it cold. It's you activate, it says drink me to activate hero mode. I love it. 0 calories, it's water. That's all that's in it, but it really helps you. It's hydrogen infused. And so I have had 1, 2, 3, 4. I've had about 6 of these in the last week since I got them, and I love it. It's the world's first hydrogen infused super water. Like, not just hydrogen. I'm sure there's waters that have had, but with this combination, really, really good stuff. So Elevate, tell them Joyvilla sent you. I'll see if I can get a discount code for you guys. But I just want to say it's really delicious, as well as just nice, pure, crisp water. The biggest thing is my sleep. And I tell you, I'm PMSing right now, and I need to have my heavy duty sleep. So there you go. Just wanted to shout out Elevate. You can find it, I believe, at elevate.com. Let's see. Yeah, drinkelevate.com. Drinkelevate.com for your hydrogen infused water needs. Drinkelevate.com or at drinkelevate on Instagram, and probably the other places too. And I love it. Love it. It's nice because you feel like it's almost it's energizing, but it's calming. And there's nothing but water, hydrogen, and Celtic sea salt. So I like that, because I'm not a big person on, I don't need water infused with a bunch of other things if it's not going to actually be worth it. Like, there's a lot of these super waters out there. This one actually helped me sleep, which I'm like, and I don't even have sleep problems. So I feel it. And I work out hardcore. So being able to recover quicker is also a bonus for me. I'll be drinking it all day. All right. And it's nice in a little can. So let's see. Let's go back to, we're back. Okay. Now the DNC is live. So we're going to go and listen to this. Can you guys hear it? No. Let's see if we can hear this. Here we go.
I would like to introduce my father, your 46th president of the United States, Joe Biden.
President Biden took the stage with an embrace from his daughter, Ashley, wiping a tear from his eye as delegates and attendees did the same.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Greeted by a sea of signs that read, "We Heart Joe," and chants of his name. The crowd gave him a standing ovation that lasted nearly 5 minutes. It was a scene that could have been his own party nomination on the final night of the convention. But this was more of a goodbye.
Let me know in my heart, when my days are through, America, America, I gave my best to you. I made a lot of mistakes in my career, but I gave my best to you. For 50 years, like many of you, I've given my heart and soul to our nation.
And a passing of the torch to Kamala Harris.
I promise I'll be the best volunteer Harris and Walz has Cam ever seen.
Biden made no secret of the pressure he faced to bow out 1 month ago, saying he harbors no hard feelings.
And all this talk about how I'm angry at all those people who said I should step down. That's not true.
He focused on his accomplishments, together with Vice President Harris.
We've had one of the most extraordinary 4 years of progress ever, period.
What? How can you say that?
When I say we, I mean Kamala and me.
Earlier, Harris praised the man she hopes to replace.
Joe, thank you for your historic leadership, for your lifetime of service to our nation, and for all you will continue to do. We are forever grateful to you.
And the night ended with the two hugging on stage. Vice President Harris could be seen saying, "I love you so much."
Hillary Clinton.
The program also acknowledged those who made Harris's moment possible, including the last woman nominated by the party, Hillary Clinton.
Together, we put a lot of cracks in the highest, hardest glass ceiling.
Most of her speech focused on the weight of the moment and the fight ahead.
I wish my mother and Kamala's mother could see us.
wish
They would
I could
say,
have been
keep
president."
going. Women fighting for reproductive health care are saying, keep going. Families building better lives, parents stretching to afford childcare, young people struggling to pay their rent.
That's
They're
under
all
you.
asking us to keep going.
In one of the night's more emotional moments, the personal stories from women
I
impacted
almost
by abortion
believe it. You know,
restrictions,
you almost
a
like,
mobilizing
yeah,
force for Democrats.
it's
Stories like
film
Caitlin Joshua of Louisiana.
they elicit-
Because of Louisiana's abortion ban, no one would confirm that I was miscarrying. I was in pain, bleeding so much my husband feared for my life. No woman should experience what I endured,
but
too many have. How many kids do you kill today?
But outside the convention center, scenes of potential dissent that could still hinder Democrats as dozens protesting the war in Gaza broke past a security barricade. Multiple people were arrested, and protesters vowed more demonstrations this week.
We've got to have common sense public safety. And if we don't have public safety, we don't have anything.
The Republican ticket also plans counter-programming around the convention. Today, at two events in Midwest battleground states, former President Trump and running mate J.D. Vance bashed Biden and Harris on crime, despite violent crime being down across the country.
You can't walk across the street to get a loaf of bread. You get shot, you get mugged, you get raped, you get whatever it may be. And you've seen it, and I've seen it. And it's time for a change. We have to bring back our cities. We have these cities that are great cities where people are afraid to live in them, man.
Back in Chicago, it's the Obamas that take center stage tonight. But neither Harris nor vice presidential nominee Tim Walz will be at the convention themselves. Instead, campaigning in the swing state of Wisconsin.
all right. So I heard that you guys couldn't hear me much. Just ridiculous, right? So obviously tomfoolery all around, fakery, you know, people who it almost feels like it's like I was saying, it almost feels like it's real when you hear these stories, like seeing Clinton speak. You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd be like, oh, this is like a real person who wants to help me, because they're so prominent. They're like, we believe in it. You know, they're selling it so hard. And then when you look at the statistics, what Democrat can consciously vote for Harris as an administration? How can a Democrat actually accept this as where the party has become? Crime statistics skyrocketing under Biden. Harris's, you know, shoddy, spotty past in California. I'm from California, so I didn't forget that, how she locked up thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Black and brown men on marijuana charges, which now when it became legal, she didn't release those guys. And I don't smoke pot, and I don't believe people should be smoking pot. But if you're going to make a law, make it fair. Like, don't go back on this and then pretend like you're Black, you're pro-black, and you're like, you know, then Joe Biden saying, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Like, the economy crashing under Biden, just absolutely crashing. And we're expected to believe, oh, vote for me, we're going to have a change. But you are the current administration, and there's no change. It's just ridiculous. It's just, you know, yeah, she could fix it now. Matt Mittens is saying she could fix it now, but she wants to wait until after she gets a job and then run away and laugh about it. What a schmuck. I love that word. Yeah. Tammy says that's not Hillary Clinton. That's, you know, okay, girl. Yeah. It's freaking crazy. Let the party begin. Exactly, Dan. It's insane. So this is the life that we have signed up for. And I'm not a Democrat, but I did vote democratically for Obama when I was 18 because he was running for his first term. And we all remember brown-haired Obama. And then in 4 years, white-haired Obama showed up, and he was just bedraggled. We remember when Michelle Obama, who remembers that, when she dragged the taxpayer money for a staff of like 8 or 12 people, and just kept spending money, bleeding money for decorations and groups and this and that, under the guise of, yeah, like, I'm helping. Honey, you are not the president. I'm all for a woman having their own business and their own plans and their own groups, but you're not the president, Michelle. Barack was. So why are you spending taxpayer money? Oh, shoot. This thing just got erased. It's okay. My phone dies, and then hopefully you guys from Instagram jumped on here. So, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and the illegal immigrants in hotels, illegal immigrants stimulate the airlines flying all over the border. Just wait for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is twisted. This goes deep. A Kamala Harris administration, Mamala Kamala, right? They call her Mamala. Remember, did you hear that thing? Like, call her Mamala. It's just disgusting. And I'm all for a woman of color being a leader. I love that. I'm a woman of color. I love representation. I love hearing Black stories, Latino stories, Asian stories, white stories. I want us to all be all of it. But when it's a prop, when my race or my gender or my struggle is a prop, like, what? And I'm not saying the Republicans are not messed up too, because listen, I'm a registered Republican, but I actually want to register as an independent. I'm pro-Trump. I've always been a Trumplican. Not always, but since voting for Trump in 2016, since 2016 and before 2016, right before, I was anti-Trump. Not super anti, but I was just like, I was like, nah, I believe that he was propped up because he used to be a Democrat for us to vote for Hillary. I was like, I don't believe any of this fakery. But then when I started listening to him speak, and I was like, wait, he's saying the same stuff he was saying when he was on Oprah. And then I started looking, I was like, okay, I'm going to secretly vote for him in Hollywood. Me and my 5 friends who were pro-Trump at the time. And then, of course, the rest is history. Got elected. And I was like, yay. And then all the attacks, all the cries for him to get assassinated, all the insanity that came out, right? Johnny Depp saying there's not been a presidential assassination in a long time. But maybe there should be. Just drunk, wasted on cocaine. And we know what happened with him and Amber Heard. I don't blame the man for being an idiot in some way. I love Johnny Depp, but stay out of politics. You know, that was totally inappropriate. I forgive all of those people who said things because their mouth is shut once they saw how incredible the economy was under Trump, how incredible we were doing. And they all shut up. They were just like mean tweets, but you really couldn't like hate on him too much. But the media did. When there was money in your pocket because the taxes were lowered, and he was like breaking down all these barriers to starting your own business. Black women were becoming the biggest gun owners, the biggest business owners. We had the platinum plan. So much good was happening. And then COVID-19 happened, and Trump did a misstep with the vaccination, right? This thing. Like, Trump, that's not okay. I love President Trump, but that was not okay. I'm very anti-vax, period, point blank, period. So fine, but he's a human being. And again, I'm not looking at these politicians as gods. Trump is not God. Jesus is my God. Jesus is king. But Trump is a manifestation of leadership here in this current scenario. And I'm voting for him 100%. I voted for him in 2020. I will vote for him again 2024, 2023. It's 2024 for 2025, right? This come November. And I encourage you, as a Republican or as a non-Republican, as DNC, it doesn't matter what you are, to vote for Trump and look at why. Because remember, just 4 years ago, how much better life was. And now Biden come in, let's forgive college loans. Didn't happen. It's just a ploy. Also, debt forgiveness for everybody. Like, hello, a lot of us, I had $100,000 worth of debt, small business loans, credit card debt that I worked my ass off to pay back. Ass off. I did it because I'm a small business owner. I have, businesses, all this stuff. So I don't appreciate what the DNC is doing, and it's very sick. It's very twisted, and Trump is really our best choice, and I'm voting Trump. I love RFK too, right? He is an awesome choice, and I hope that I wish he would have been Trump's running mate. I don't know much about JD Vance, to be honest. I really don't. But, and I know I wasn't talking a lot about politics for the last year. I told you guys my story. I didn't really want to talk about politics a lot. It just got really nasty, got overwhelming. But I am going to put my voice in here because I think it is important that I step out. And as an artist, as your leader of Joy Tribe, as an influencer, as a creative, like, it's part of who I am. I've worn the Trump dress at the Grammys multiple times, the Emmys, different events. I'm outspoken. I don't take any of that back, and I will never apologize for that. And I am not with her. I'm not with her or this dude. I'm not with them. It's the stuff of SNL. Yeah, it was a lot of debt. Love you guys. We don't have to be a Christian. Yeah, they ruined the country. They ruined the economy. They shut everything down for nothing. You rock. Thank you, AT. Yeah, inflation in interest rates so much. Insane. Miss Harris has no authority to run any office. She's an anchor baby. She's not even legally a citizen. She's a fraud. I don't know about that, but I know that she did some favors in order to get to where she is. Not cool. Not cool at all. It's very demonic. Can you explain how Democrats ruin the economy? I'm just trying to be informed and want to know. I'm not a Democrat, not trying to challenge you. Yeah. They ended up crashing. They pushed up interest rates, inflation. The government's inept. So they ballooned a lot of the taxpayer dollars to go for certain things, raising taxes on certain things. Like in California, our taxes were raised because they needed to use it all for mental health services, which went in their pocket to their friends. So California run by Democrats. The economy is very rich, rich, poor, poor. There is no middle class. The Democrats push to get rid of middle class. They say, oh, it's capitalism. Capitalism enables you to come from any place, anywhere, and make a business. It's not perfect, but it's the best system we have. Democrats want what? The government pays for everything. So ballooning all this money, taxpayer money, towards all these mental health, housing services, help the poor, rental help for impoverished people. Working class people are not filing for that. So you're punishing the working class families, the people who have jobs. You're also punishing small business owners by trying to hike up prices for minimum wage, which, yeah, I think minimum wage overall should be raised, but it shouldn't be enforced on small businesses. It has to be a delicate balance, because if you push out the owners who are paying the wages, nobody's got a job. Right? Nobody's got a job. I'm all for fairness, but when it comes down to hurting people who are giving people jobs and hurting people, like, if you're going to punish certain places, then look at these corporations, these big corporations like McDonald's, Big Pharma. But those are all in the pockets of the Democrats, right? The rising housing costs are because of the infrastructure started crumbling. Under Trump, he was starting to cut certain things. He was cutting the tape, the red tape, so you could get from point A to point B a lot easier. Democrats started putting back in all this legislation, all this, red tape, basically, so that it would be a lot harder to get a small business loan, in order to have a business, to buy property, buy land. It became a lot harder. And if it's harder, it cuts people out. Meanwhile, they're like parading black, gay, brown, all this stuff, what have you, people in the streets saying we're for you. But are you helping those people get jobs, keep jobs, run their own companies? No, you're not enabling those people to work. So the Republicans are all about pull yourself up by your bootstraps and work, which sounds cruel, but wouldn't you rather have a fair shake? Like, I'll give you an opportunity to work rather than a handout? What's better, a job or a loan? What's better, a job or a little bit of money just to get by? Here's $100. Here's a job where you can make $10,000 or $1,000, and there's a lot of other reasons why the Democrats push this, because they wanted to make it so bad that you're reliant on the government and that you think socialism and godlessness is the only answer, when we've always known since the start of this country, founded by our founding fathers, this American flag, 1776, that family is the backbone. Families that believe in God, families that go to church, families that build a community, families that support are the backbone of America. America was built on families, and families are built on God, period. I don't even care what your religious views are. There's a higher power, and you have a church, and you want to go there and you want to help others, and you have a community where you help and heal others. That's called church. And that's why we have the freedom to worship whatever God, whatever we want, however we want, because the UK had the Church of England, and forced people who didn't worship the God of the government, which is the king and his religion. So now we're trying to do that again, but we're flipping the script to godlessness, right? It's now worship godlessness. It's a cult of self. It's the cult of the guise of self-improvement, but it's really, conditioning your mind to accept that there's something wrong with you and you need the government, or you need surgery, or you need this politician to save you. Everybody else but your family, your God, your home, nature. What happened to the simple things, the simple ABCs that built this country on covered wagons? And yeah, my ancestors were forced to be here. Black slaves were forced to be here, but those African-American, Black people from Africa that became African-American, became Americans, built this country with their bare hands. And I'll be damned if I see this country go to waste for these fake, pretend to help politicians that want to line their pockets. And they're all, having a whiskey and smoking a cigar in the back room, shaking hands, laughing at the little idiots who are going to keep votes bought and paid for, some McDonald's handouts and free donuts if you get vaccinated, and vote for me, you don't need ID, and all this crap. And they're flooding the borders with illegal aliens, illegals, to then say, well, we'll give those people jobs, or we'll show you guys and you can vote, and we don't need IDs because there's all these votes. And of course you're going to vote for the powers that be if they fed you and put you in a place to stay. But what about American citizens? What about the families that built this country? Who's fighting for them? I am, Dan, the one that wore the dress with Trump written on it. Yes, Dan Frank. Esteban says, amen to that, sis. Thank you, brother. Heart from Mary Casey. Thank you. Kamala, AOC, Omar, etc. radicalized in the streets and colonized in the sheets. Oh, yeah, they're all married to white men, Matt Minton, stop domestic drilling. Day one, printed money and gave it to Ukraine. Stimulus checks. Oh, yeah. After Democratic. Yeah, the stimulus checks, where did those come from? That money didn't just come out of nowhere. That money was taxpayer dollars that should have always been staying in your pocket. This is how they lie to you. They steal from you, give you a fraction of what they stole from you, and then tell you to be happy. Where am I? Okay, can you guys still hear me? There we go. My iPods, I don't know, my AirPods got connected for some reason. Maybe my baby just opened them up. He's in there trying to rest. Mark Levin or Michael. Wow, my computer's going nuts. Mark Levin or Michael Savage? Which conservative talk radio host do you prefer? Ooh, I love Mark Levin, excuse me, but Michael Savage is a savage. Both of them, but savage. That all makes sense. Also, all the money funded going to Ukraine. Exactly. Osiris, good question. RFK actually might drop out and team up with Trump. He better. RFK would make an incredible president, and in a more fair world, I think he should be president. He's bided his time, and he's a really good guy. Unfortunately, what the CIA did to his family and all this stuff. It's true. It's true. Unfortunately, though, we've got to all stand behind one candidate, and they're not giving equal and fair airtime to RFK. He's the smaller non-party system. Trump even said that. He was on, what's his name? I was listening to him. Trump went on, what's that funny comedian idiot guy's name? Shoot, I can't think of his name, but he was on the show, and he was talking about, RFK. He said, no, he wasn't going to be his running mate, which I think he should have been. I mean, JD Vance, I love some military people, but I don't know. I would have loved RFK or Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard. I love Tulsi. Tulsi's now on fire for Trump, and I just love her. I love a Democrat turned Republican, because that's what Trump is, you guys. Like, that's the new wave conservatism. It's not even Republicans. It's new wave conservatism. So, and it's like a liberal in the, in the streets, conservative in the sheets, or opposite. It's just like economically conservative. Like, let's conserve, let's save, let's invest in our own borders, our own people, our own finance, our own commerce, right? Let's create and let's create and manifest, to use these terms, demure, right? All this trending terms, Gen Z, but let's create and manifest within our borders, within our own home, before we try to take it out to the other ones, because France isn't checking for any other country but France. China is for sure hell not checking for any other country but China. Japan looks to the number one country in their world, Japan. South Africa looks to the number one country within their borders, South Africa. Egypt is looking out for Egypt. Mexico is looking out for Mexico. Brazil is looking out for Brazil. So why can't freaking America look out for America? Why is saying America first for Americans such a derogatory statement? Canada first for Canadians. I'm all for it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I love you guys. Hello. Yes. So, and I'm more of a liberal, classical liberal when it comes to social issues. I don't care who you marry. I don't care if you're gay. I'm a Christian. You don't have to be a Christian. I will lead you to Christ. I'll help you there, but you don't even have to. You can still be my friend. Like, I'm not like that. And if we're like that as conservatives, where we're like, now you have to be a Christian, you can't be gay, you can't do this, you can't have blue hair, you can't have tattoos. Like, I see those comments on my thing, and they're like, you look prettier without the tattoos. I'm like, suck it. I don't care. My body, my choice. Biatch. Pro-life, by the way, but this is my body, actually my choice. It's like somebody came up to me today and was like, your hair is so pretty. I was almost going to touch it. And he's like, but I thought that would be too much. I said, that would definitely be too much. People just don't think. But as an outspoken woman of color and a conservative, pro-Trump Christian woman, I accept everybody into Joy Tribe. Y'all know that. I don't care what you self-identify as. I love you as long as you're not trying to hurt children. Not trying to hurt my family, not trying to hurt me. Don't try to hurt anybody, okay? Don't try and don't do it. Don't even think of hurting other people. But protect what's your own, create, manifest, pray, get out there, be an artist, be a thinker, be a builder, be a structurer, be a scientist, be a traveler. Create your own world and share that with the rest of the world. Then you're good people. And don't stop me from having my world I've created, and I won't stop you, and that's Joy Tribe. That's it. That's Joy Tribe. Mance is married to a woman who's Telugu Indian. Very cool. RFK is not 2A friendly, though I agree with him on other stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I really like RFK. He shouldn't have run against Trump though. And maybe he just feels like this is his last hurrah, but yeah. Usha Vance is her name. Cool. Yeah, I see you as a libertarian with conservative leaning more, to be honest, or moderate. I'm moderate conservative for sure. I am pretty libertarian, and I'd be loving my guns, I'd be loving my freedom. I'm pro-life. Yeah, I'm the older I get, the more I become libertarian. I'm all about liberty and freedom, and I don't want Republicans breaking down my freedom as much as I don't want Democrats. And if Republicans get too far right, I get out of there. I'm siding with the less evil. I'm not party loyal because I'm God loyal. You see, it's about Jesus, my husband, my family, my pursuits, my home. Guns, God, and good coffee. I don't know. But I'm not, you know what I mean? It's like, so when it comes down to it, both systems, both the two-party system is messed up. I am definitely more libertarian. I'm like a conservative libertarian. I like that. Yeah, Tammy Tansy. Love it. Cyrus gets me. You guys get me. Well, I'm going to jump off here, guys. We just watched a little bit of that. I got fired up, and we'll see what else happens. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. It's only a few more minutes. If you guys want to watch it, we'll watch a little bit more of the DNC, and then I'll jump off here. I am muting myself and playing the video.
Wisconsin, less than 100 miles away. In fact, Amna and Jeff, Harris and Walz are at the same venue in Milwaukee tonight where Donald Trump was named the Republican presidential nominee for the third time. And night 2 here in Chicago. The theme here is going to be setting up a contrast between a Harris presidency, what that will look like, and what a second Trump term would look like, with Democrats focusing heavily on Project 2025.
Laura, take us back to that speech by President Biden. You mentioned at the top of your
time before it retaliates against Israel
is to see her friends and teachers.
And that's how
Lincoln for doing the same job.
Specifically reached out to you.
Passion will benefit.
We're feeling it here in this arena, but it's spreading all across this country. We love a familiar feeling that's been buried too deep for far too long. You know what I'm talking about. It's the contagious power of hope. The anticipation, the energy, the exhilaration of once again being on the cusp of a brighter day. The chance to vanquish the demons of fear, division, and hate that have consumed us and continue pursuing the unfinished promise of this great nation, the dream that our parents and grandparents fought and died and sacrificed for. America.
I gotta say, the speech writers are on fire. Whoever wrote these speeches, I'm like, I've never heard the Democrats. They spent a lot of money on this, because just looking at it from an outside view, right? It is so powerful, and she's such a good speaker. To imagine spewing this many lies this eloquently. That's how Obama got elected. He's a great speaker. Oh, she's waffling. There's no substance here. The demons of yesterday, but she's a much better speaker than Kamala. Kamala she stumbles and she's drunk. There's rumors saying that she's actually an alcoholic, just like Nancy Pelosi. It's I don't understand. If I was a Democratic demon, I would at least hire better speakers, like the Obamas. I thought they were going to run Michelle, which would have been, but I think they did try to, and she said no. She would have been a shoo-in for the Democrats. Not great for the country at all. I mean, we would have been deep shit, but that's why they had Biden run, because they're just like, you're like one step away from Obama. We got to get the Obama shine. And then Biden's like, oh, God, no, just twisted, just crazy. Oh, the Obamas are so fake, right? Michelle Obama, preach when you're living in a 12 million mansion, whatever you have, no standings. Oh yeah, it's just nuts. It's just, yeah. Osiris, Michelle's waffling, no facts, all emotion. Totally. Let's listen to a little bit of Obama.
America, hope is making a comeback. But to be honest, I am realizing that until recently, I have mourned the dimming of that hope. And maybe you've experienced the same feelings, that deep pit in my stomach, a palpable sense of dread about the future. And for me, that mourning has also been mixed with my own personal grief. The last time I was here in my hometown was to memorialize every day and thinks about what's best for this country. Please welcome America's 44th president and the love.
Hello, Chicago!
How much did they pay him to do this? Or what did they threaten to do to him? Like they, got rid of his cook. I wonder what else happened. I don't even really want to hear this nastiness, but let's watch a little.
About our future together. One thing is for certain, Donald Trump is not losing sleep over that question. Here's a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago. It has been a constant stream of gripes and grievances that's actually been getting worse now that he's afraid of losing to Kamala. There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes. It just goes on and on and on.
Okay, so he's definitely that was the thing where he was trying to make it like the dick joke. Stupid. Ugh. How dare you say Trump is a billionaire who does this, which is true, when you're a multimillionaire working on your billionaire status. I mean, what the heck? And they talk about Trump. You're talking about the mean things and Trump's. You're talking about Trump. Why don't you talk about your promises that were not made and not kept? Why don't you talk about the change you promised us years ago? How about that, Barry? Man, they unearthed this dude, from the bottom of the pit of hell to just spew more lies. It's ridiculous. It's just dead. I just see so much deadness. They're talking, and I'm like, wow, the words are really passionate. They're well spoken. They're well said, but there is no life behind it. Say what you will about Trump, but he means what he says and says what he means. I'm an anarchist, you said, Osiris. Let me read Osiris's comment, and then I'm Guys, it just kicked me off. I don't even know what happened. All right, I'm an anarchist, but in the short run, it's not realistic to have an anarchist society with no money, no state, and all that. So obviously, I have to be more pragmatic with my views. Yeah, and maybe you're somewhere in the middle. Maybe you're libertarian, and you'll figure it out. Obamas are conservatively worth $70 million. How did that happen after political office? Book deals, film deals, all this. I think the forefathers warned of. Yes, they made so much money off this, and plus that's only what's on paper. Like they made all these underhanded deals, paid. So Joy, discernment sucks, doesn't it? Huh? We may lose our eyesight with age, yet we can see right through people's BS. I love having discernment. I know you guys can see me now, though, right? It just jumped off. You are correct. Thank you, Dan. You guys don't forget to follow me on social media. She's back. That's right. IG right here is, and let me also drop a link down below. You guys can actually buy me a cup of coffee. I started this because I want you guys to be able to, if you want, to be able to buy me a cup of coffee. And I'm going to put this, hold on a second, in here. And I'm going to put this link here. You guys are able to buy me a cup of coffee whenever you want. And I appreciate it. Let's see if I can get this link. Sorry, it's a little bit, edit product. We have got a link to do this, products. I brought this on because, you know, you never know what's going to happen on, you never know what's going to happen on social media. That's what I'm going to say. A lot of times they, you know, they go in and they delete things, or they don't let, it's just, you never know what's going to happen. So I always like to just, you know, have my own things going too. Oh yeah, here we go. Links, shortcuts. So here we go. Copy URL. I'm putting it in here. I'm putting it in there. Buy me a cup of coffee. If you guys want to, it goes directly to me and not to YouTube. It's on my Stripe. So buy me a cup of coffee if you guys want to, which I appreciate. And it's a special link. So that's the only thing I can say. You can also cash at me and that'll help support the channel. And you can take a screenshot of that if you're enjoying this live. You can also subscribe, share, donate, all that through Facebook and Instagram as well, Facebook and YouTube. But if you can, make sure you subscribe, like, share every 6 p.m., every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Next week, we have Miss Lola on, which will be really cool. And yeah, I'm going to be doing the Joy Villa show, the podcast coming out as well. So let me put that link back in there. Go ahead. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, boom. There's options, $2, $5. It helps. So yes. I love you guys, and I will see you. Oh, because they were going after all the yeah, they were going after all the conservatives. But thank you for supporting the channel. JCL says, answer the last. She's a businesswoman. You know it. What did JCL? Do you like Keisha Knight Pullum? You do follow her on IG. She's a lib, but she seems, I do like her. Yes. Yes. You know, I love everybody. And I do like her. She's got some good content. All right. I love you guys. Joy Tribe. All right. Now, shout out to my Joy Tribe Inner Circle, Matt Mittens, who was on here. And who else? My monthly lovers here. Love you guys. My Joy Tribe. Matt Mittens is holding the green. He's part of the Joy Tribe Inner Circle. It's $5 a month. You can also buy me a cup of coffee for $5 a month, and I'll know your name. So yes, good questions. Shout out JCL, Osiris, AT Jasmine, everybody. Like, share, and I will talk to you next week, 6 p.m. Very special live. Be there or be square. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Bye. Oh, last thing. Remember, you were created to do incredible things. You're amazing. You are beautiful. You are loved. And you're a part of my Joy Tribe. So I'll see you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern.